is something like 100 miles extended area, and I've been through here I don't know how many times over the years, and it always seems like traffic is backed way up. So this traffic doing this is kind of unusual. I'm kind of digging this. I am southbound on 85, Interstate 85. Looks like it's taking me to the middle of town, and we're going to branch off on 20 heading west. Let's see what happens up here. There are more billboards for get-rich-quick attorneys than anything I noticed. There's some high rises. There's the city. Yeah, this is wide open. If somebody wants to jump on here, so far I got nothing. I got one. Whoa, Interstate 85, southbound, coming into Atlanta, transitioning and popping out the west side. Howdy do. Got my one checking in. We're going to be popping out on Interstate 20, going westbound, southwestbound out of town. And I've been through Atlanta a bunch of times in the past, and the traffic has always stopped. And Atlanta goes on forever, and Atlanta goes on forever and ever and ever. And the fact that we're hauling ass right now, I kind of enjoy. But the GPS is showing me going through downtown, and that area has some very well lit neon lined buildings. And over the years going through there, hey Jessica, what's up? And I've been through there over the years, and I enjoy its appearance. And I don't know what part of it they're going to run us through, but according to the GPS, it's going to go right through the middle of downtown. So that should look pretty cool. And the fact that traffic's moving, that's also nice. Had a long delay today. I picked up a load from Fort Mill, South Carolina, which is about a quarter mile from the North Carolina border by Charlotte. And it's 2 small heavy pallets, and ultimately they're going to end up in Laredo, so it's a 1,400-mile hop. And my goal tonight, if I can do it, is I want to drive home, which is Houston area, spend the night, and then leave midnight and finish the run to Laredo, and then I'm going to turn around and come back. So it's going to be a day. It's something like 350 miles from my house to Laredo. And that's the plan, at least. I don't know how far I'm going to go tonight. I'm going to go as far as I can. The pickup was scheduled for 3, and traditionally, 99% of the cases, show up early, and it's usually sitting there ready to go. So I moseyed down there at 9 o'clock, and they go, nope, won't be ready until 2:30. I'm like, great. So I went and wasted some time. Tried to nap, didn't have any luck. There's downtown. Didn't have any luck, and came back about 1:30, and ultimately went inside. They told me, well, go park over here, we'll come get you. It was after 4 o'clock, so I lost 7 hours of drive time waiting on these clouds. Okay, this is 85 south into downtown. Sorry, I'm watching the GPS and reading the signs here. So the overheads. Yeah, this traffic alone makes this wonderful. In case you're wondering, I have the cruise control set on 63. And we're getting passed by everybody. Alrighty, like I said, if anybody's talking, I'm looking out the windows right now. Whoa, okay. Ooh, there's the downtown buildings. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, people. Pretend like the speed limit's not 40. There's the downtown buildings. This is running us 4 miles. Okay, this is 85 south, and it's got me branching off on 75. And then from there, I guess it's going to put me on 20. But I want to see if it runs us through some of these tunnels, because last time I was through, these tunnels were lit up kind of cool. They had fluorescent lights, neon, and all kinds of weird stuff. It was kind of neat. All right. Going around this guy. Supercharger engaged. Or I'm just picking it up. And that is... Oh, hi, I can't quite read this. I'm bouncing in here a little bit. Sorry, my attention's more outside the cockpit than it is inside right now. Looking for buildings. Off to the left is where the high-rises are. Oh, that's empty. I have my 2 refillable aluminum water bottles in here. I'm drinking water. Why are we slowing down? Oh, we should be slowing down. We should be going faster. Why is there somebody? Did somebody see something pretty on the side of the road to stare at? Road work, that doesn't matter. Road work, right 2 lanes closed before 17th Street, starting, no, road work 75 and 85 before 17th Street, 17th Street lanes, 2 right lanes closed. Oh, that's not helping. Jackwagons. These companies get these contracts to do construction and they drag it out for years. Alright, here we go. 2.8 miles. We're branching off on 75. Looks like it's taking us right into downtown, too, which should be cool. Got a bunch of high people on here. Hi, back. Okay, all right. We all stopped and looked at something pretty, and then we're going again. Okay, that's cool. Seriously, what are we stopping for? Oh, yeah. Aaron, what's up? Yeah, hey, we're on Interstate 85 South, just getting into Atlanta, and I'm heading back to Texas. And right now, this is slowing down for no reason, and I'm going to be hitting 75. Whoa! Hitting 75, Interstate 75, and then I think 20. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then 20 popping out of town. I'm hoping this gets us into the downtown area. I was not expecting this. We were doing so good. Sorry about this delay. I didn't know this was going to happen here. Locally, it is 8:30 at night on a Saturday. Really shouldn't be this much traffic. Got a motorcycle going down the lane. lane splitting, as they call it. I noticed a police vehicle. Favorite type of... No, that's asking me a question. In the Houston area, what firefighters and ambulance drivers do is they get in... They're not on a call, they're just driving. And they get into an area where the traffic is just those natural choke points. And they'll flip on their lights and get everybody out of their way, go through it, and then they'll turn their lights off and keep driving. That's real common, and I've seen it more times than I care to remember. And there was a police vehicle going down the right side over there with his blue lights on, just letting everybody know how important he was. He just pushed his way past everybody. Now up there, he just took off. Peachtree's sign on this bridge coming up, big lit up sign, if you can see it on the screen. Everybody cutting everybody off. The safest thing to do under these circumstances is to drive in a straight line and stay in whatever lane you have. Two miles to 75 south. Yeah, keep honking your horn. That's going to help. Ooh, I hear the bell. Oh, there's downtown on the left there. I hear a train going over our heads. All right, here's the downtown area we're coming up on. This is kind of cool. So what's causing this is these idiots have these two right lanes blocked off. Yeah, that was well thought out. All right, here we go. This is the neon lights I was trying to look at. Check that out. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is the area. Look to the left a little bit. You can see the lights and stuff. This just looks cool. I actually went through Chicago at night the other day, and it looked kind of the same at night, and the traffic never did slow down. I thought it looked cool. Look at that. There's a bridge cutting across the middle of it. That is downtown Atlanta right there. Don't you cut my lane. Oh, you lucky. We got 1.4 miles. Man, look at that. 1.4 miles till I get to branch off on the 75. Oops, I'll be over in the right lane. How am I going to do that with all these cars next to me? Yeah, you don't have to like it, dude. I got to get over another one here. All these friendly people that want to share the road. I'm still here, dude. Sorry, having to look out the windows. Sorry, I'm using wide-angle mirrors here. I can't see squat out of this, man. All right. GPS wants me here at 0.8 of a mile. Yeah, sorry, I'm using wide-angle mirrors, and I have no rear view out of this thing. Come on, people, give us some speed. Some woman was having trouble with her cats at night. Anybody has cats knows this. They get what's called the zoomies, where they start running around. And this woman set up a camera in her bedroom and went to sleep, a night vision camera. These cats come ripping through the room, bouncing off the bed, bouncing off the wall, running over her, doing a lap, turning around and doing it again. And the third time they hit her, she sat up and said, "Are you kidding me?" The cats stop and look at her like, "What?" That's why I'm so fond of cats. Yeah, this is... well, I had this fantasy that I was going to be able to drive through here non-rush hour, but I guess that didn't work out. I got 0.7 of a mile to go for my turnoff to 75 south. So I asked the question, is there ever a time when Atlanta is not bumper-to-bumper traffic? Just out of curiosity. You can tell when somebody's car's in its death throes. When they step on the gas, the exhaust, you can see it. When you completely wear your motor out, oil starts to leak into your cylinders and it burns it. So you see a car that does not look very old pull away from a traffic light and there's a little poof of blue smoke. That means the engine's got a zillion miles on it. And I'm just watching cars around me that are not that old pulling out, and I'm watching the little poof as they go by. Half a mile of this. One, two. According to my GPS, I am in the proper lane, so I'm just going to hold what I got here. My only memory of being in Atlanta is when we used to fly. When I was a kid, we would constantly fly places. And the Atlanta airport goes on for days, and it has a underground, call it a tram car. It takes you from the terminals. And what I remember about that tram car was you'd stand up, and there's like a subway. You've got little bars you can hold on to. And I was holding on to the bar one day, and the tram car took off, and I was holding on for dear life by the speed that thing accelerated, like holding on for all I was worth to keep from getting my legs knocked out from under me. Yeah, that was an experience. And this tunnel, there was another tunnel somewhere in Atlanta I drove through that had neon lights. They were like purple. There's more of the downtown area right there. Three-tenths of a mile. Got some emergency vehicles going by in the other direction. Oh, let's all slow down and look. This guy on the left on that bike's got music jamming. See if you can hear this. Oh, it's too far in front of us. Come on, people. Whoa. Time I think we're gonna go, we don't. Alright. Almost. I'm hoping one of these branch offs will get us rolling here. 2/10. Come on, people. This is interesting. I am looking up the road, and there is a car up there not moving. So that's what's going on. We have one car that is stationary in the middle of the road. And I'd be willing to bet even money they ran out of gas. Yep, that's going to be a car that ran out of gas in the middle of the road right there. Well, that was well thought out. Yeah, let's just all sit there. Okay, that entire delay was brought to you by that. That made a lot of sense. Okay, we're looking for South 75. Okay, so that entire delay was completely uncalled for. Beech tree again. GPS says stay in this lane. Okay, so we got no headlights on. That's always useful. 2/10. Alright, I apologize for that massive delay back there. That was just stupidity. Tenths of a mile to 20. That's the road we're looking for. I-20, which will take us the direction we need to go. I would jump out and go around this mist, but I can't see that far here at night. Alright. 6/10. How many lanes we got here? I gotta move over. Wants me in the far right lane here. West, that's us. Alright, nobody jump lanes. Everybody just be cool. I have my GPS I use. I have a satellite mounted GPS, not my phone GPS, and it shows, it actually, when it gets into a circumstance like this, it actually splits the screen to tell you which lane to be in, which is kind of cool. It shows you the big picture and then the little picture. This is telling me I'm good right here. branch off here. Where is my neon tunnels I was so proud of? I do not see them. There is a person walking down the side of the road over here in the middle of the road. Over here by the sign on the left. Just out cruising around, honey? Huh. That's not a safe place to be. I think this is 20. Whoa, next turn, 147 miles. Tuscaloosa. It was down to 58 degrees a little earlier, and all of a sudden it's 71. Curious how that happened. That goes away. This has to be 20. Alright. So we make it? Are we through? Well, through the downtown area, this is popping out the other side. Alright, here we go. I'm trying to get back up to speed. So what happens is I have to be home this coming week. I've got a doctor's appointment on the 29th and the 30th through the VA. And you don't want to miss those. You want to keep the VA happy. So when I came on Hitch, I told work, I said, hey, I got to be home for these appointments, so I need to run to Texas. Earlier, I was saying, give me a run to California, and I'll backtrack and work my way to Texas, but then started running out of time. So I said, okay, find me a Texas route. And they did. And I had to do a little deadhead to get there, and I said, bid aggressively, which is code for go cheap, I need it. And they were able to get me a load down there. It's from my pickup. Hey, jump across every lane on the highway, don't worry about it. Is 1,400 miles. And my goal, which I'm going to drive until I can't drive anymore, but my goal was to drive home to Houston, spend half a day unloading, reloading, jumping in the shower. Hold on, gotta jump lanes because I'm behind the guy going 40 miles an hour on the interstate. Here we go. Back to highway speeds. Sleep a little bit in my own bed. And then I was going to get up 0 dark 30 in the morning on Monday because it's an 8 o'clock delivery, and it's about 350 miles down there from my house, but it's all wide open spaces, especially when you have to go through Houston at midnight. You shouldn't have any issues. So that's the plan. But the pickup was scheduled for 3 o'clock, and I got there at 9 o'clock in the morning because 99 times out of 100, whatever the pickup time is, you get there early, it's ready. Well, because it's me and because I really needed to get home, not only was it not ready at 9 o'clock in the morning, it wasn't ready at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I didn't get out of there until 4:10. So I am roughly 7 hours behind the time I would have liked to have been on the road to get me home. This says if I drive non-stop, I'll get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, which, yeah, let's see how I feel, at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I can only stay awake so much. I'm old. So we shall see what happens up here. And I want to get back out of the city where I can wind it back up to my cruising speed and be left alone by traffic and people. But that's the job as an expediter. You're an independent contractor. Yeah, don't hit that guy. You're an independent contractor, which gives you the ability to make your own schedule. I'm signed on with a company that does my dispatching, but I can go in and out of service as needed whenever, which makes this kind of cool because people work for a company and they want certain vacation days, and they go, oh, you can't have those. Well, that's not an issue here because I can put myself and or my van at a service whenever I want. Of course, you can't make any money doing that, but still, I have the opening to be able to do it. So I'm going out Monday as soon as I get my load dropped off, and then I'm going to go be off probably till the next Sunday, till the following Sunday. So I put myself in service in the evening from the Houston area, and of course they're not going to call in the evening, but it does put you on the board, and then you get a call hopefully Monday, and I'll be back in business heading out. And I'll go another few more weeks. At least that's the plan. Let's see here. We're still working on our, we have a catio in the backyard, which is kind of like a bird cage, but it's big and it's for cats. And we're in the process of building a little door, like a doggy door, where we have cat doors, and you make a tunnel. That guy's in a hurry. We're building the tunnel to let the cats just automatically go outside whenever they want to. And the wife, who's quite handy with construction tools, is having problems getting the outside, call it hardy plank siding, getting the siding off. So when I come home, we're gonna come up with a plan to how to get that done. That's gonna be my major project when I get home. So the cats can be self-entertained. The wife identified a couple of very large hawk-like creatures flying around our neighborhood. And therefore, she's kind of scared the cats are gonna get picked up and or eaten. Straight up here. Hey, there's some flashing lights. You have to have all three of them for that one construction spot. Really? Birmingham, and then I think from Birmingham.
Go over before 20. You're on that shit.
Whoa!
Put about half an hour before the junction.
Wow. Those police lights black there were blinding to the fact that the road pinched off. Whoa. Alright. Well, generally speaking, we have made it through Atlanta. The 285 loop is what we're just now passing over, so that's what I wanted to show, just like going through there. Alrighty, that was my fun for this evening. I'll let you guys go. Take care.